Good morning. In this lecture, we will discuss callable statement in Java database programming. Okay, we already discussed statement and period statement. Now we are going to discuss the callable statement. You can refer page number 1221 for callable statement. What is a callable statement? Callable statement enables you to execute SQL stored procedure. Something in Java we call methods, or in some other language we call procedures or functions. So the SQL procedures can be executed using the callable statement. So in MySQL, you can write a procedure and that can be executed in the Java program using the callable statement. Okay, so it's designed to callable statement is designed to execute SQL stored procedure. Remember this point. And the procedure, in Java we have methods. Method have some parameters, and the method may return a value. Same thing, the procedure, the stored procedure may have like parameters called. So what are the parameters? They have in or out. Normally they say in capital letter, in, out. What does it mean? In parameter receives a value passed to the procedure. And when you call a procedure, you pass a value. Is it? That's what you call in. In parameter receives a value when the procedure is called. The out parameter, it returns a value after the procedure finished its execution. Okay, so that is out. So, but it doesn't contain any value when the procedure is called. When the procedure is called, out parameter, it's not having any value. When the procedure is completed its execution, out parameter will have its value. In, out. So here you have in, out, the two things. This parameter contains value passed to the procedure when the procedure is called, plus value returned after the procedure finished its execution. Okay then. So this is something like in out parameter. Now let's look into an example. When you write a method like in Java, we say public void, maybe main, and then you write main is the static method, for example. So you write main and inside you give parameter like string array, something like that. So this is you pass a value when the method is called. So that is the in parameter. Out parameter, when the method finishes its execution, method or procedure may return a value. Here it is void, it's not returning a value. Sometimes it may return a value, integer, double, or whatever. In out means it has a value passed to the procedure. Out means the procedure is going to return a value to the called segment. Okay, so this is the idea, the three parameters. So you need to remember that. So we will see one simple procedure written in the MySQL, and then we will try to execute the procedure in the Java program. Okay, so what's the procedure is? So let's see. Okay, so this is the question. The question here is, So the question here is, we are going to use a callable statement to check whether a particular student record exists in the table or not. Okay. So for that, as I'm going to use a callable statement, it's going to execute a stored procedure. So this stored procedure is student found. This is the name of the procedure. It's going to check whether a particular student record exists in the table or not. So it's going to take some details from the student, details of the student, that is the in parameter. And the out parameter is, it's going to return the count value. How many matching records are there? Count value is the how many matching records exist. This is the count value. Let's say there are 2 matching record, it will return 2. If there is no matching record, it will return 0. Okay then, so this is the idea. So I'm going to use in-out parameter. The procedure is going to take a value and procedure will return a value. Okay, so this is the question. Let's try to do. I will finish with the Java, then I'll go to the MySQL, do the procedure. Okay, so let's see. We need the package SQL. I'm not going to read any values, so no more scanner class or whatever. So class definition and then main method definition. Now we need to load the driver. As for name, remember the MySQL driver class com.mysql.jdbc.driver. So driver D capital letter. After loading, just try to print a message. Now connecting to the database. So this is a long statement. So I just copy it. Okay, so driver is loaded, database is connected. Now is the callable statement. Create a callable statement. So you say callable statement. This is the class name. Let's say it's ST. Object name is ST. Connection dot prepare. Inside the bracket, you are going to call the stored procedure. Okay, so here you are going to call the stored procedure. So write it inside the bracket. How to call the procedure? You need to give it in the quotation. The call to the stored procedure. So it goes with a set bracket. And then I mentioned that there is one in parameter, one out parameter. The parameter you mentioned with the question mark sign equals call. Call means it calls the procedure. And the name of the procedure I'm going to write later. It is the name. Student found is the name of the procedure. So same spelling. Student found, F capital letter. Inside the bracket, I have one more parameter for the in. This is in parameter. Close the quotation and close set bracket and quotation. So this is how are you going to call a stored procedure. So inside the set bracket, you need to write the call statement. So this is for the out parameter. And here I'm going to call the procedure student found and it has a in parameter. Okay, so the return value is stored here equal to something. So return value is stored here. So this is the way we have to create a callable statement where this is the call to the MySQL stored procedure. Now, here we have two parameters, here one and this one. Question mark here, it talks about the parameter. So here I'm using I'm having two parameters. Okay, we need to set the value of this parameter and we need to get the value of this parameter. So here I set the value. Okay, then can you get the idea? Here, before I get the value, I need to set a data type. You know, in Java we say main is the method name. This is the return type. Void is the return type. So similarly, this method returns a value. So what type of value it's going to return? I am going to set the type of the return parameter, out parameter. Okay. So all those things I'm going to do here. So set in parameter. What is the value of the in parameter? St dot set string inside the bracket. Remember, you have to follow the sequence. The first question mark is number 1. Second question mark is number 2. So I'm going to set a value to this. So what is the number? So it's a second parameter. The value is, okay, for example, I want to know whether I have a student record for John. Do I have a student called John in my student table? This is what I'm going to check. Is there any record for John? The student name is John. Do you get the idea? So I'm giving the value straight away. So now I set the in parameter. Let's set the out parameter. So I'm not going to set the parameter. I'm going to give a data type. What type of value it's going to return? So that's what you call, I'm going to register out parameter. So registering out parameter is very simple. So what you need to do, the callable statement object and register out parameter to capital letter parameter. And what is the number of the parameter? This is the 1. So mention it. 1 comma, what is the type of the parameter? Very simple. You write types dot integer. This is integer type because what is it's going to return? It's going to return the count value. Count means 1, 2, 3, 4, 0 sometimes. It's a return integer. So integer. Close the quotation. So this is the way I'm going to register the out parameter. Here I set the value for the in parameter. Here I register the type for the out parameter. Fine. Now in and out are over. Now I need to execute this callable statement. Do you remember we already studied two types of execute. Execute query when we have select statement, execute update when we have the insert, delete, update statement, the prepared statement. Now we are going to use another type of execute statement, which is, just a second. So here I'm going to use another type of execute statement. Simply you say execute. That's it. So that's it. Execute. This is the way we are going to execute the callable statement. The method is just execute. Okay, you don't have to say anything. Remember, when you execute a statement, and the statement is a call to a procedure, stored procedure, and it's returning a value, and you have to do something with the value. So it returns a value. So take the value and check what is the value and do something with the value. Okay. So actually what it returns the count value. The count is 0, there is no matching record. The count is 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, there is a matching record. Okay, 0 means no matching record. Okay then, so I'm going to play with that. So if statement dot get the integer value, because it's going to return integer value. Here I'm setting a string value, so it's a set string. Here I'm getting an integer value, so it's get int. Okay, so get int which parameters value I'm getting? I'm getting the value of the first parameter. Okay, and I'm checking, is it greater than or equal to 1? Sometimes it may be 1, sometimes it may be more than 1, whatever is it. If it is greater or equal to 1, so let's say system.out.println, the student record is found in the table. Okay, else I can say system.out.println, I can say that the student record is not found in the table. Okay, if it is 0, I mean to say, if it is 1 or 2 or 3, if it is greater than or equal to 1, the record is found. John record is found because I'm searching for John. If it is equal to 0, the condition is wrong, means if it's 0, then I don't have that record, John's record. Now close the connection. How to close? Connection dot close. That's it. Okay, so we save the program here. After we save the program, we can't execute now. We need, because we don't have the procedure. We did not complete the procedure. So if you execute, you will get an error message saying that, here is it, cannot find the symbol in line number 21. So because the symbol here, which one is it's targeting? It's targeting the student found, because there is no such procedure there. Okay, so what are we going to do? Okay, just a second. This is connection dot prepare call. There is a mistake here. It's connection dot prepare call. Okay, fine. Now let's try to see the MySQL. Go to the MySQL command line client. So here I'm going to give the I'm going to select the database. Now I'm going to create the stored procedure. Okay, name of the stored procedure here I mentioned student found. This is the name of the stored procedure. Sometimes a procedure may exist in the same name. If it exists, you need to delete it. So I'm going to create freshly. So you delete the procedure by using the drop command. So let's say drop function. Function means the stored procedure. If exist, the name of the procedure is student found. Okay. Now I'm going to change the delimiter. What do you mean by delimiter is whenever we write a statement, we end with a semicolon. So that delimiter I'm going to change to double slash. So let's change the delimiter to double slash. So now it's changed. Now create the function. Function means the stored procedure. The name of the function is student found, capital letter. Okay. And it has a parameter called first name. For example, one parameter, I name it first name, and the data type is varchar20, and close it. And this procedure is going to return a value. So it returns an integer value. Fine. I'm going inside the procedure begin end. I write the statement inside begin end. So what I'm going to write first, let me have a variable. Declare means I'm going to declare a variable. Let's say result. The data type is integer, semicolon. Okay. All the statements you end with semicolon. Now I'm going to write the select statement. I'm going to select all the records from student table whose name is John. Sometimes you may have more than one record for John, because in your class you may have more Fatima, more Ala. So how many students has the name John? I'm going to count it. Okay. Now while selecting, I'm going to count and I'm going to put the count value in the variable declare. So select, count the number of records, and the value I'm going to put it into the variable result. From which table? From student table. And the condition is where the name is the column name. Name is equivalent to first name, semicolon. And I'm going to return this is my function. That's it. I declare a variable and I have the select statement and I'm going to return the value. So return the value, the result value, and end the procedure. So this statement except begin, except the create statement, you have a semicolon at the end. The select statement continues here until here. This is return statement. This is end statement. You have a semicolon. So that's what I change the delimiter to double slash. So here I'm going to say double slash, saying that the procedure, the stored procedure is over. Now change back the delimiter. So delimiter is semicolon again. So I change back the delimiter. Now I created the procedure, which is student found. It takes one parameter, one in parameter. There is one out parameter, in out. So let's go back to the Java program. Compile the program. Yeah. Can you see the error message? Unreported exception. Here, this main method may throw unchecked exceptions, SQL exception, class not found exception. Okay, you have to either catch it or declare it. So I declare it. Now let's execute the program. Can I close this one? Okay, there is a spelling mistake. Student found, ST. Okay. So driver is loaded, database is connected, the student record is found in the table. What is the student? John. Can I see that? Select star from student. John. Do we have John? Like here, there is a John 1 and then there's only one John record here. Okay, let's try to give some other value. Instead of John, let me give, for example, JJJ, something like that. Do I have this record? Record for the student name JJ, another JJ. You see, student record is not found in the table because in the table we don't have any student with the name double J. It's not there. Okay, so this is about callable statement. So callable statement is to execute the SQL stored procedure. Remember, SQL stored procedure can be executed using the callable statement. And this exercise is about extracting database metadata, and we are going to print the content, various content of the metadata. First of all, database metadata is it's a database of many different details, like the database URL, username, database driver name. All those things are contained in the database metadata. Various types of data are available in the database metadata. Okay, and then what are we going to discuss is we are going to extract the metadata and we are going to print some of the contents. Okay, because it contains more details about the data, but we are going to consider only few of them. Okay, then. So how do we get the database metadata is, so we are going to use a class called database metadata and get the metadata, and from that result set we are going to extract the details. Okay, so this is the idea. So as usual, you import the SQL package java.sql, and then class definition, and then main method definition. So first thing, as usual, loading the driver. So class dot for name. The MySQL driver class name is, in quotation, you just say form dot MySQL dot JDBC dot driver, capital letter, D capital letter. And let's say you are going to tell the user that the driver is loaded. Now we are going to connect to the database. So this is the way to connect to the database and print a message that database is connected. Now we are going to get the database metadata. How to get it? We have a class called database metadata. Remember which is capital letter, you need to remember that. So let me say db equals connection dot get metadata. So this db is the result set, it contains all the details. So from here we are going to extract the details, various part content of the metadata. So as we are going to extract, I'm going to print it onto the screen console. Okay. So system.out.println, let's extract the first one, which is database URL. So let's say the database URL plus db dot get URL. So this is the first thing we are extracting, database URL. Now we are going to extract the database username. So system.out.println database username. So db.get username. So user capital letter, name capital letter. And the next thing we are going to extract is database product number, product name. Okay, so we are going to extract the database product name. So db dot get database, no space in between, product and then name. So just remember there are something capital letter and something small case. Then we are going to extract the database product version. So db dot get database product version. And the next thing we are going to extract is driver name, JDBC driver name. So system.out.println database, sorry, it's JDBC, driver name. So db dot get driver name. Okay, let me make it faster. Let me copy it. The next one is JDBC driver version. So driver version. And the next one is driver major version and minor version. So driver major version and minor version. Okay. And the next we are going to extract how many maximum length for the table name. Okay. So that is the next thing. Maximum length or maximum, how can we say that, maximum table name length. Let's say table name length. Like table, we name the table like student, enrollment, course. So what should be the maximum length for the table name? Okay then, so this is one thing. One more thing I have to include. Okay, max, sorry, get, wait a second, max table name length, a second, length. Okay. One more thing is column. How many columns I can have it in my table? Okay, in the table we have some columns, name, ID number, a phone, a major, we have columns. So how many columns we can have at the maximum? So maximum column in the table. So what should be the maximum? Maybe maximum is 10 column or what? So get max column, spelling is correct, COLUMNS, in table. Okay, in the table. So that's what you call in table. One more is, let's try to have how many maximum number of connection. Do you remember we try to have a connection here? So how many number of maximum connection I can have it in the JDBC? Okay, maximum number of connection. Maximum number of connection I can have. So get max connections. Okay, so these are the details I'm planning to extract from the table, sorry, from the metadata. And now close the connection. So connection object dot close. So let's see. Okay, when you execute the program, see, this is for driver is loaded, for database is connected. After that, we extract the metadata and we try to print many things. So this is the URL of the database. So we write it in the connection statement. This is the URL of the database. This is the username, root at localhost. In the product, I'm using MySQL. This is the version 5.7. You can see it here. This is the MySQL 5.7 command line client. It's here. Okay. And then this is the driver name, MySQL AB JDBC driver. And this is the version. And driver major version is 5, minor version is 1, and maximum number of connection is 0. And the table name length is 64. I can have a table name which contains 64 characters. And I can have 512 columns in one table, up to 512. So these are some of the contents of the metadata.